Okay, so I actually planned on putting up a video that was about like changing your mind, pivoting like career paths or majors and like other like forks in the road that may significantly impact your life. And I recorded that yesterday while I was in the park, and I had like, natural lighting and things like that and a more interesting background. But some things happened where it was just like kind of partially out of my control, and I decided, you know what, like I'm having difficulty getting that video like in the final stages of like uploading it to YouTube. So let's just do another video on something else. And just like the frustration that I've experienced from trying to work with that other video and get it uploaded actually seemed like a better video topic. So to kind of like recap, actually to talk about what the video topic is today, I just wanted to talk about like the art of letting go. I actually read a book called The Art of Letting Go, and I have it right here. So The Art of Letting Go, I think it's an independently published book. The author's name is Nick Trenton, and he is what is this? I think he has a master's in behavioral psychology. And yeah, he wrote this book, and it's about, it just gives you advice on how to stop overthinking, like stop negative spirals and find emotional freedom, and just kind of like also like attachment is at the root of what he's talking about as well. So just like allowing yourself to detach from like specific outcomes or, narratives and things like that. And so yesterday I was making the video about like career changes and pivots and, things like that and starting over. And, it was about like a 9 to 10 minute video. And I think that it was okay. Like, obviously, it's not the best video in the world. If you've seen my other videos, it's on par with those. But yeah, I was happy enough with like the video, as far as like the raw footage. And at some point during like the middle of the video, someone was blaring their music, and it was a copyrighted song, of course, and you could perfectly hear it because my lapel mic just picked it up so well. And I didn't want to get a copyright like strike on YouTube, because I've heard they're really cracking down on people now. So it's just kind of like I knew I had to edit out that like 20 to 30 seconds of where that copyrighted music could be heard. So I didn't end up uploading it yesterday because I already had another video up. So I figured I could upload it today. And so I edited it in CapCut. I took out the section I needed to. And then I also added captions through CapCut. And I exported it through CapCut. But for some reason, I couldn't find the exported video on my phone. I checked my gallery, I checked my download folders, I checked photos, because it's one video on YouTube said that CapCut automatically saves exports to photos. I tried to find the settings in CapCut. I tried asking ChatGPT, and I just could not find this exported video that I took the time to edit and add captions to. So that was very frustrating. It was quietly frustrating is the best way. Like those moments where you're just like, you just have like this ball of frustration, and it just feels like some sort of like steel pellet, like just like right in the core of your soul. That's what it was like. And so I just silently suffered through like trying to find a solution to get this video downloaded from CapCut. And I did not find a solution other than to go on to CapCut on my laptop. And I hate going on my laptop because it's slow and it takes forever to load up and stuff like that. So that was out of the question because I only had about an hour before midnight, and I wanted to get a video up today before midnight. So that wasn't an option. And so then I tried Canva on my phone, and so I was able to cut the section out again. Didn't get to have captions like I did in CapCut. And then I downloaded it, or I tried to download it, but it was just taking so long, and it felt like my phone was overheating. So I was just like, that can't be good. And so I abandoned that, and I was like, it might take so long that it'll be midnight and this thing still would be loading, would be downloading. So I was just kind of like, never mind. I don't feel like using my laptop right now to download from CapCut or Canva in order to get this uploaded onto YouTube through my PC. So I just decided I'm going to record a quick video to document the process of letting go of the attachment of getting the video that I made yesterday uploaded to YouTube. So that's what this video is about. It's just like really me going through the process of letting go of the idea that I was going to be able to upload the video that I recorded yesterday, that I would have preferred to have gone up. But I was reading this book called The Art of Letting Go by Nick Trenton. He has a master's in behavioral science. I think that or behavioral psychology. I think he's a therapist. And this book, as it says on the cover, it helps you to stop overthinking. It helps you to stop negative spirals, and it helps you to find emotional freedom. Now, the foundation of a lot of what he says is like letting go of attachment. So if you're familiar with that in other schools of thought, like the Stoics and, like Buddhist philosophy and things like that, the rhetoric is the same here. And so, I was going through the process of like some of the tips that I learned from that book, which I finished pretty recently. And I realized that there's not much I could do at this point. Like I could keep banging my head up against the wall and like race against the clock and stress myself out even more and become even more frustrated and not be able to meet my self-imposed deadline. Or I can just wait until tomorrow, put that video aside and record something else that doesn't have copyrighted music that I need to edit out and figure out how to download in order to upload onto YouTube via my phone. So I chose the latter. So that's what I'm doing now. And I tried recording this video a couple of times, but I was so frustrated. I had to delete my last video, which was like maybe like 4 or 5 minutes long. And just because my executive function was so impaired at that point from just sheer frustration that I couldn't even get words out of my mouth without stuttering or slurring. That's how frustrated I was. So letting go for me in that moment was really just deciding, there's not much else I can do. I'm getting frustrated. I'm not able to change the situation. It's late at night. It's just like I don't really want to go on my laptop and fight and wrestle with that. And who knows, it might decide to do downloads and then I'll be like triply frustrated. So I just like, let me just let this go. And so I think that was a big thing, was just like seeing what do I actually have control of, which is make a different video that I don't need to edit right now. And then what can I let go of? The idea that the video from yesterday is going to get uploaded tonight. And that was it. And letting go of that and just kind of like cycling through those emotions by pushing through and just moving forward and just going through that friction without like resisting the outcome that I didn't want, helped me to kind of like regain my executive function and breathe normally and just like, still meet my goal, which was to upload a video before tonight. And honestly, part of letting go, the reason for not wrestling that issue anymore, was because I have enough stressors in my life. And none of these stressors are really like forced upon me. Like no one forced me to move from Los Angeles to New York in order to study creative writing and get my undergrad. No one forced me after undergrad to apply to a master's program and continue on for another 2 years to study writing for children and young adults. Like no one forced me to do these things. So it's just kind of like, of course these things are going to be challenging. They would be challenging for anyone. They're especially challenging for me for a couple of different reasons. For mental health, because I have clinical depression. I also have autism, so like different things kind of like jar me, and I have more resistance sometimes to certain things because of my like neurodivergence. So it's just kind of like, I'm aware that I have these difficulties and some challenges to overcome, but at the same time, it doesn't change the fact that some difficulties are just going to frustrate the living daylights out of me. But I just decided, like, on top of learning how to just let things go, I'm also learning how to accept the consequences or results or like, work that's needed when I make certain decisions with minimal complaining. I can't say that I go completely without complaining, but I'm trying to minimize my complaining. And I think there's actually a book, like something like Productive Complaining, that I want to read actually. But anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to make this video about. Just that process of letting go with like this frustrating experience with my video from yesterday and the whole editing thing. And also just like taking accountability for the fact that a lot of the stressors in my life are self-imposed. So I kind of need to roll with the punches as my parents used to say, and kind of just accept what is and, you know, move forward with the decisions that I've made, because they're fulfilling decisions, but they take a lot of work, and they come with a lot of difficulty sometimes. So that's my rant video for the day. So I'm going to cut it here, and then hopefully tomorrow, since the video is recorded and edited and all I have to do is go on my laptop in the morning to download, I'll be able to upload the video I had actually originally intended to post tonight.